Welcome back, everyone. Denny Schreiner along with Leanne Wagner, Cindy Coburn, and Nikki Giannoulias from the opening match. And you don't get two better players for your money than these two in the opening game.
No, you don't, Denny. I tell you what, between the two of them, they have 66 television appearances. That's a lot.
And Cindy Coburn with the edge over Nikki Giannoulias. She is 3-0 against Nikki. Opening shot, and that not exactly what Cindy was hoping for, but maybe that shot basically gives us an idea of what happened throughout the week. The lane conditions were fair, but a little bit tough from time to time, and the ladies did a lot of searching this week.
Very tough, Denny, especially from pair to pair. They seem to get real lined up on one pair, have to change, go to another pair, and they were totally lost. I saw them switching balls, doing everything they could, changing complete lines, going from the inside to the outside. They were searching.
Well, many times, as the fans watch at home, they say, boy, they only averaged 195 or 2-0, but I don't think the fans realize how difficult it is to move from pair to pair. And I don't think it's necessarily bad. I don't think medium-range scores are any less exciting, because as long as the matches are close, that's the key.
And that's exactly correct.
First look at Nikki Giannoulias. And she's decided to play inside, and I asked her before the telecast, Nikki, where are you going to play? She said, Nick, I've been playing all over all week, so who knows? We'll wait and see.
Nikki was actually the first player to go the outside line in qualifying.
And here was her road to the championship round here. Leanne Barrett, pretty good match there, and then, of course, won her last game to qualify fifth here this afternoon.
She actually put Cindy Coburn into the loser's bracket in that third round. And then Cindy had a tough day yesterday, bowling 20 games to get here.
For those of you who aren't necessarily familiar with the Queen's format, once you qualify, then you are in a match play situation with 64 players, and the matches are 4-game sets. And if you lose and you get tossed into that loser's bracket, you can bowl a long time before you make the telecast. And you're right, Cindy bowled 5 matches yesterday, and that's 20 games.
That's right.
But very pleased to be here nonetheless. Nikki Giannoulias with 2 national WIBC titles to her credit. She won the doubles one year and then the team championship in 1986. Might also mention, between these two players, 21 professional titles. Cindy with 11 and Nikki Giannoulias with 10.
Actually, their statistics are very similar. Not only do they each share those 66 television appearances, Cindy's average on television is 215 and Nikki's is 217. Cindy's high game's 279, or 280, Nikki's is 279. So they're very comparable on television.
Well, as far as participating in the WIBC events, it's kind of a family affair for the Coburns. Cindy's mother, Doris, has captured 2 team events. She did so in 1970 and then also in 1972. And Cindy has yet to win a WIBC event, and so maybe today will be the day. This to kind of jump out on top. If she can double, and she does. Nicely done on the left-hand leg.
A double here was like a 5-bagger in a few of our other tournaments, Denny. She has to be pleased with that, especially so early in the match. Here, a nice view of her release there. The ball just driving right in. Can't get any better. All 10 right in the pin.
Winner of this match takes on Tish Johnson and then Wendy McPherson. And right up the line to Leanne Barrett. That's a tough road.
Yes, it is. A lot of tough competitors. Ooh.
Well, Nikki Giannoulias, I think, in her mind, felt like she threw a pretty good shot and got the overreaction the last couple of feet, and that spells disaster early on in this match in the third.
Yes, she did. She hit the line she was trying for, and she sees the ball just fading, and all of a sudden, right before the head pin, it just makes a sharp turn to the left, and a big 4 split.
She started to run that shot out for a moment, so obviously she felt like she got all of it.
Well, it seemed to be the problem this week. The better you felt you threw it, the worse your results were. A lot of splits.
it a run. Championship pair this week at Bally's Hotel Lanes, 29 and 30. Beautiful 50-lane facility. Might as well get it out early. Did you win or lose this week at the tables?
Actually, I'm a little bit ahead, and for 6 days, I feel like I won a lot, and that, I was just trying to stay even.
Of course, we'll both be leaving on the 2:05 flight, so hopefully we'll get out of town with at least our shirts. But they do have slot machines at the airport, so that's the key.
Uh-oh.
Trailing by 26, it's time to get something started. Oh, right through the nose one more time, and Nikki Giannoulias basically... it's an adventure for her right now on 29 and 30.
Once again, Denny, the inside of the lane seemed to be hooking quite a bit more than the outside. You really weren't sure what to do. She wants to move in a little bit, but then she's not going to get the ball to finish. So she's playing where she thinks she's got a good shot, and then she's getting overreaction. I wouldn't be surprised to see if we see Nikki move to the extreme outside line.
Still plenty of time left here in match number 1. Cindy Coburn leads by 26 sticks, and she'll come back and try and add to that lead if she strikes in the 4th. Stay tuned.
If your old air conditioner is on the way out, or if you're looking for someone to tune up that old cooling system, there's a man you should know. For all your summer cooling needs, call on the man who can, your Comfort Maker man. He can clean your old air conditioner, or he can install a high-efficiency Comfort Maker air conditioner, heat pump, or furnace to fit your budget. Your Comfort Maker man will recommend the exact size unit for your home, and your energy savings will never be greater. Call on the man who can, your Comfort Maker man. His service truck stands ready to roll when you call.
My place or your place?
My place, of course. My place has delicious food and cozy dining. Fresh homemade pizza with a variety of toppings oozing with mozzarella. Hot and cold subs, spaghetti, rigatoni, stromboli. And my place has specials like mouth-watering manicotti and fresh veal parmesan. Plus, you can eat and relax in the dining room, or my place has takeout available with a convenient drive-through window.
Let's go.
Where?
My place, of course, with 5 convenient locations.
Back in Reno, Nevada, opening match of the 27th annual WIBC Queens, live on ESPN. Plenty of women's professional bowling on ESPN coming up this summer and the fall tour. Trying to extend the lead to 36, and Cindy Coburn right now is locked in on the championship pair.
She looks really tough, Denny. And once you find your pair here, it seemed that the scores did start to rise.
And of course, the Queens is just a part of the WIBC national event, and believe it or not, 77,735 entrants. And that'll place this year's tournament in the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest sports participation event in history.
All those women like to go to Reno.
Right. Well, there you see, 36 pins, and Cindy trying to extend there.
Next year we'll be in Bismarck, North Dakota.
All right, Bismarck, Mandan. Yeah. We'll do a little moose hunting out there. What do you think?
And super shot by Cindy. I'll tell you what, by the looks of it, she is going to be tough today.
Welcome to Charlotte.
Top Chef has got that sauce.
The ultimate culinary showdown. It's like something I've never had.
And the competition
Identical twins? Yeah. Who's a better chef?
has never been this close.
We've been together 16 years.
What did she win?
Every man for themselves.
Got real.
Let's go.
It's wild. We got the good twin on this side.
Take that, Brandon.
I have a chance to win.
I'm aggressive.
Bring it. This is perfect. It's delicious.
Layers of flavor.
Don't know why I picked this dish.
Liver mush.
Do I have to eat it?
Top Chef, all new episodes on Bravo and Peacock.
I met the girl I want to spend the rest of my life with, so there is no way I'm just going to leave town and let her stupid fiancé have her.
Use your teeth.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
She was the queen of the outlaws, Her Highness Cat Ballou.
Now streaming on the free movies page, only on Zumo Play.
It's not too late for her to have a real family.
She has a real family.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Going to have to dig herself out of a very deep hole here, and there you see just an absolute perfect shot.
Right in the 1-3 pocket, almost leaving that solid 7, and she's coming. Come on, yeah.
Well, she got in lots of practice yesterday with those 20 games. I talked to her through some of the last couple of matches that she bowled, and they were all fairly close, too. I mean, nobody gave her anything. Now, there you see the over-adjustment, getting it out a little bit too far. She double pinochled the last time on lane 30, and that's easy to do.
Yes, it was. Nikki was really wanting to come out and better her second-place finish she had in 1982 against Katsuko Sugimoto. A very sad loss for her there. It was 160 to 137, so we saw some low scores back in 1982 as well.
Her career television match play record, 21-27. The bad news is she's lost 7 consecutive matches on television, 9 of her last 10.
Nikki really ran into some bulldozers back in 86 on television in the fall. She really was beat bad.
2-4-5, not the easiest spare in the world to convert, but there you see, perfect.
Yes, and spares this week were very hard.
Nikki's parents, George and Kathy, here this afternoon, along with her brother and sister, Jimmy and Natalie. The Giannoulias family. The contingent is here in Reno.
Well, from close by Vallejo, California, so they didn't have too far to go.
9 years she's been a professional and been very productive in that past decade. There's a little help. Gets that 5-pin to dance a little bit, and so she's still alive. But at this point in time, Cindy Coburn works on the 4-bagger, a couple of more strikes, and Nikki Giannoulias will be done for the afternoon.
Cindy wanting to keep the pressure on Nikki. All she's thinking about is continuing those strikes. See a good shot of Cindy's stance. She is very, very far back on the approach, using all of the approach. She has a great deep knee bend. Good follow through. Leaving a weak 10. Not quite getting the finish on the ball. 6 pins laying in the channel.
Cindy qualifying in 9th place this week. And she averaged just a fraction less than 197.
Here you can see the ball not quite driving, almost deflecting as it hits the pocket, throwing the 6 pin into the 10. That 5 barely got the 8.
What I like most about her game is that free arm swing, and when she gets her timing going, just lots of fun to watch.
Well, Cindy was mentioning she had shoulder problems back about a year ago, and she's just now overcoming them through acupuncture and all, and she's starting to feel loose again, and keeping that arm swing free is a key in her game, especially.
Plenty of money on top to shoot for, $10,000 plus for the winner of this year's Queens.
Threw that ball a little bit better, Denny, and was able to get the 10 out.
And while we were away on the right-hand lane, the 2-4-5 one more time for Nikki Giannoulias. This time she opts to shoot it a little bit to the left.
That's what I meant about the spare shooting. I don't think she opted to shoot it that way. That's just how it came out. You never really knew what the ball was going to do this week.
I already mentioned that 10,000 plus on top of the winner of the Queens of the WIBC overall payout, $1,548,034. Oh my goodness, that's the second highest prize fund in WIBC championship tournament history.
And a lot of people share in that prize money, Denny, and that's what's so wonderful about this tournament and why it draws so many entries.
A little more more speed on the left-hand lane, but the result, not exactly what Nikki Giannoulias was hoping for. And at this point in time, it would appear as if Cindy Coburn will win the opening game and advance into match number 2 against a tough competitor in Tish Johnson.
We really did see all the pros rise to the top in this field, Denny, and almost had an amateur make it. However, just didn't quite get there. It's where the pros, all these women are professional bowlers. They don't really have another job, and it's tough to beat them when they get under pressure.
Well, there you can see the disappointment written all over Nikki's face. I think she felt coming in that she had a pretty good opportunity, and it's difficult when you get moving in the wrong direction on television, those match play records. All the great players go through the trends, the up and down swings, and the minute she wins a couple of games, she'll probably win 8 or 9 in a row by the time it's all over.
That's true. Nikki had one other thing against her. The high qualifier in this tournament, which she was for qualifying, has never won the Queens, and still has never won the Queens.
Apparently so. Of course, a lot of that can be traced back to the fact that for many years, out of the 27, there hasn't been a national television show. But you are correct. Number 1 qualifier has never won, but she's the first number 1 qualifier ever to make the televised finals.
That's true.
Yeah. So that in itself. Cindy with a 7-2 match play record to qualify number 4 this week. And a 2-ball proponent, 1 for the strikes, 1 for the spares. Your thoughts there?
That's right. Cindy's opted to take a harder ball, go more direct towards her spares, cut out any chance of chopping and hooking it by it, definitely towards the right-handed spares.
Coburn family, a bowling family. I know Cindy's sister has also won a professional title, and her mother Doris, a wonderful bowler indeed. And geez, we can't forget Father Frank, because he's the one that's basically taught them all how to play.
That's right. Frank's been behind them the whole way. An 8-pin there, slow to go. However, at this point in the match, it really didn't matter.
Nope, that's going to lock up the match. At this point, Cindy operating at a possible 249 clip. If she would just spare and strike, it would be 229, and for Nikki Giannoulias, the best possible score would be 187. Funny, because this week there were some very close matches. There were some very lopsided matches.
Yes, there were. And a super shot by Nikki.
It never fails, though.
No, it doesn't.
When it's over. You loosen up just a little bit, relax, get a little better roll.
You have to be so perfect out here, Denny, and just shows you how consistent Cindy Coburn is, because you cannot miss too much to the right or to the left, no matter where you're playing on the lane.
Well, I think for a national championship that the lane should be very difficult. I think you should have to utilize all of your abilities. And there you see what Nikki earned for her week's work here in Reno. There's that 4-pin trip. Where was it a little while ago? That's what Nikki's thinking to herself.
Moving a little bit deeper to make the adjustment for those splits, she was able to get into the groove here. A little bit late, though. Those games go too fast.
Well, it's hard to believe Nikki's only 28 years old, and she's already been out 9 years bowling professional.
Her and I, Danny, came out at the same time. I'm only 27, and I've been out 9 years.
No.
Yeah.
I thought you were like 19 or 20.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, well. There you have it. 2-4-5 again. Not a popular spare this afternoon for Nikki Giannoulias, but you see a little smirk on her face thinking, geez, I think probably the worst thing that you feel is you spend all week getting there and you go out and get your 1 shot and then you shoot 170 something.
It goes over so fast, too. That 15 minutes is gone. Like you said, you spend all week.
Then you have to explain to everybody all over the country why you shot 170. But it's nice just to be there.
That's right.
So the opening match. At this point, we'll go to Cindy Coburn. Cindy will finish out the 10th frame. And next in line, the left-hander, Tish Johnson.
And Tish looked very, very tough yesterday. She made some ball changes, and she just creamed them yesterday.
She had a couple of matches where she shot 950 for 4 games.
Shot a high game of 290, the highest game of the tournament.
That was against Cindy Coburn. Yeah. That's probably what Cindy's thinking. Boy, I hope Tish is not throwing the ball exactly the way she did yesterday. But right now, Cindy Coburn making the championship pair look fairly easy.
She sure is. I don't think I hit that pair, Denny.
29-30? Well, see, you bowl 2 4-game rounds of qualifying,
Right.
correct? Okay.
Right. And then they cut to 64.
And then the matches begin. Tournament very well received here in the Reno area. Yeah, a little more speed there, and that's not the way you want to end the game, but I guess your concentration level probably drops a little bit, too, when you've got it in the wood already.
That, or you also maybe try something just a little bit different just to see exactly how much area you might have. This was a definite common split or spare this week, the 1-2-4. If you missed it all to the right or got a little bit fast, it was inevitable that you would leave that.
And so Cindy Coburn wins game number 1, 236 to 174, and she'll advance in the 1988 WIBC Queens event against Tish Johnson.
Unites society. They seek out and destroy the undead.
They exist.
The werewolf.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Your tablet dates back to before the Great Flood. You shall walk on the dust of death.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Frank Corrigan, the Secret Service agent? Yeah, you were JFK's favorite agent, the best and the brightest. The hell is this? Buxton King Frank.
Streaming free all month long on Zumo Play.
Your tablet dates back to before the Great Flood. You shall walk on the dust of death.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Tish Johnson finishing up her practice shots and getting prepared here for game number 2. And, of course, don't forget, French Open coverage live May 23rd on ESPN. It begins at 9 a.m., and that's the second leg of the Grand Slam. Yvonne Lendl and Steffi Graf, the defending champs, all at French Open clay court tennis action coming your way on ESPN. You like the clay courts, don't you, Liana?
Oh, definitely.
What about the clay lanes?
I can do without the clay lanes.
Okay.
I'd like to bowl for their prize money.
I was going to say, you would appear to me to be a great baseliner. That baseline backhand, and right?
I used to play. I was real young.
Were you?
Real young. I even took tennis lessons once.
Yep. That's when they told you, geez, Leanne, I think you ought to work on the bowling.
You have to grow up in a city where there's a lot of warm weather.
Sure.
I grew up in Seattle, and tennis was for indoors.
Mm-hmm. There you see a good look at those on hand here this afternoon to watch the bowling. Cindy Coburn and Tish Johnson. You can't say enough about the 5 finalists for today's telecast because you're looking at 5 of the best women professional players anywhere in the world.
That's right. However, these two have never met on television, Denny. So get to see what happens for the first time.
For everything.
That's right.
Rather easy victory in the opening game. Cindy Coburn bowled awfully well. Hung up in the old thumb hole there. Needs a break. And well, the 6-pin, the last to tumble, but Cindy walks back with a smile. Better take some tape out or put some in.
I tell you what, I saw a lot of Brooklyns go down this week in some of those tight matches. Anything can happen. And yes, you're right. She did hang up in that one.
What does that do to an opponent when you throw an absolutely horrible shot and get away with it?
Well, it actually does. You just try to get it out of your mind. It puts some bad thoughts in your mind if you let it. You're thinking, oh, great, she's got the break right off the bat. What is it going to take for me to strike? And we know Tish really hasn't had that much luck on television, so she really has to block that out.
Tish Johnson, 25 years of age, out of Downey, California, with 5 pro titles to her credit. She's already won once here in 1988.
Tish struggled a little bit in qualifying, Denny, almost not making the qualifying cut. However, she made a ball change yesterday and actually drilled up a new ball. She said she needed to get the ball down on the lane sooner and get it into a roll quicker. So it really paid off for her yesterday.
Well, excellent shot on lane 29. A fiery competitor, but a player who I think really enjoys herself out on the lanes.
Oh, yes, she does. And here's a super shot by Tish Johnson right here. 1-2 pocket. Can't get any better. And there you see her emotions. She likes to run them out and get the crowd involved.
Pins falling in the background, provided by Wendy McPherson, who is next in line here at the Queens. Now that one set a little bit short through the nose, and Cindy walks away thinking, well, this is not exactly the way I wanted to start match number 2.
No, she threw 7 strikes in the first game, and 4 of them were in the first 5 frames. You see her opting to use that harder ball towards that 6-10 spare. Oh, and she almost chopped it with the harder ball.
Temperatures this week in the area, not too bad. And of course, in the bowling center, a nice climate. There you see the road to the finals, and it was a long one. Won 5 consecutive matches before Tish lost, or I was going to say Tish Johnson beat her last night. That was between 3rd and 4th place. Had Cindy won, she would have qualified number 3. Once you lose a match, then the possibility of finishing 1st or 2nd for the show is no longer there.
Cindy looking like she let up on her speed a little bit on that shot. That 1-2-4 that she left in the 10th frame may be going through her head. Not to send the ball straight down or a little bit fast. She's making that adjustment, pulling the ball to the left a little bit more.
What about the opportunity for your thumb to change sizes during the timeout, the commercial timeout? And a lot of people don't realize how that happens, too. The thumb goes up and down.
Yes, it does. You get a completely different feel of the ball, as you saw Cindy hanging up in the first shot. A little bit of weight makes a big difference.
Tish Johnson making her 25th career national television appearance. Overall, the record 14-21. In 1988, she has won 1 and lost 1. One of those was for a title.
This is her 6th WIBC Queens appearance. However, she's never made it this far.
Well, we really got a varied cast, too, when you consider the fact that Wendy McPherson is a fairly straight player, likes to play in the track area for the most part, and then on top of the stack this week, Leanne Barrett, who really turns it and arcs the ball, and Cindy somewhere in between. Nikki Giannoulias can hook it, and then, of course, the left-hander. So a little bit of everything this week.
Yes, it is. You can't say one type of player dominated this week. It was just whoever could get lined up and felt the best with their particular game. And like I said before, it's luck of the draw, who you meet in those matches. I saw some excellent players go out with some real good matches.
I think what's enjoyable about the Queens event, too, and the same with the ABC Masters, is it's the fact that some of the finest amateur players in the United States get a chance to bowl against the professionals. Ooh, nice shot on the left-hand lane, but the solid 7.
Tish up on her tiptoes there.
Tish Johnson still leading by 2 pins, and wouldn't surprise me if this one went right down to the 10th frame.
I think this one has a very good chance of it.
Tish qualified 13th with an 8-game total of 1547 in match play 7-1, losing to Nikki Giannoulias.
Nikki put both Cindy and Tish into the loser's bracket.
Well, she picks up the 7-pin, and it's a two-pin game at this point, and so stay tuned. This one, I have a feeling, might go right down to the wire. And we're back, and the first major mistake of match number 2 for Cindy Coburn as she misses the spare in the 4th and throws the door wide open for Tish Johnson. It doesn't appear as if her timing is what it was in the opening game.
No, it doesn't, Denny. It looks like Cindy's a little bit fast in the line, at least on that shot. And she's got a great push away. However, if her push away doesn't get started in time with her feet, causes her to be off at the line. And it's easy to do out here when you're not in dead stroke. Looked like she had a great shot the first game. The minute that timing goes, now she's all over the place. Good shot there at her push away. And great knee bend. She got through that one good.
And she gets a little help as the 5 and the 7 fall in unison. And maybe that's what she needed to loosen up a little bit.
Here you'll see it. Nice push away. Very strong. And it was a good shot here. You can see she gets through the ball, deep knee bend, doesn't fall off balance.
Tish Johnson in the 5th and the 6th pin. Trickles down and it's a 13-pin advantage. We'll make that 16 pins right now for Tish Johnson. And could go to 26 if she would strike here.
Freddie Borden told me tripping those 4 pins were the key for the right-handers. I guess tripping the 6 pins would be the key here for Tish.
Well, just ask Billy Hardwick what it meant to him to trip that 4 a few times. It makes all the difference in the world. That slightly high hit, if you can get that 4 pin to fall, you're in the money.
Little light there. Tish falling off balance a little fast. Get a little bit pumped up on this condition, Denny, and you're in trouble. You have to really keep your timing. Here you'll see her fall off balance just a little bit. Her shoulder opening up to the left. And the ball not quite making it up there.
That ball went long for a long time.
Yes, it did.
Very difficult conversion here.
Looks great. What a great shot.
Textbook fashion, and Tish Johnson will walk away from that realizing that she got away with 1.
Here you can see the ball just hitting hit the 2 pins behind it, the 3 and the 9, and sending the ball into the 10.
Sometimes when you convert something like that, it's as big as a double.
Oh, yes, it is.
Avoiding the open frame and losing the momentum. Now back to Cindy Coburn in the 6th. And she needs a double.
Cindy hanging up in that shot, and she see it again. However, she got away with it.
I don't think she necessarily wanted to loft it that far out on the lane.
No, that's not a characteristic of her game.
No, it's not.
I thought most of the players this week were setting the ball fairly short, especially playing the outside lines, the ones that we're playing out there. Getting to the ball, getting to a roll a little bit quicker, getting a better reaction. Deep concentration. Cindy has one of the best concentrations.
Could take the lead with a strike here. Stood up on it a little bit. Raised up a touch and got away with just the 6 pin.
Raising up at the line caused you to pull the ball. And that's exactly what she did.
Wendy McPherson out of San Diego, California, qualified number 2, and Leanne Barrett, only 20 years of age, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the top seed for this afternoon's WIBC Queens Championship. And we'll be back with more of match number 2 right after this.
London is the capital of the world.
We've come to disgrace you with our presence.
Everybody's dressed so well.
I can get married in this, I can get buried in this.
Do you have any tiaras?
Can't have it.
We could share. You pay full and I'll wear it half the time.
Spilling tea.
I cannot keep a secret.
I'm in absolute disbelief of what is happening.
This Dara girl is a madam. I don't know about this.
Oh, shut up, Emma. It's funny.
Get with the program. Scandal's fun.
Welcome to Charlotte.
Top Chef has got that sauce.
The ultimate culinary showdown. It's like something I've never had.
In the competition,
Identical twins? Yeah. Who's a better chef?
has never been this close.
We've been together 16 years. What if she wins? Every man for themselves.
Got real. Let's go.
It's wild.
We got the good twin on this side.
Take that, Brandon.
I have a chance to win.
I'm aggressive. Bring it. This is perfect. It's delicious.
Layers of flavor. Don't know why I picked this dish.
Liver mush. Do I have to eat it?
Top Chef, all new episodes on Bravo and Peacock.
Frank Corrigan, the Secret Service agent? Yeah, you were JFK's favorite agent, the best and the brightest. The hell is this? Cook's taking Frank.
Streaming free all month long on Zumo Play.
Your tablet dates back to before the Great Flood. You shall walk on the dust of death.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
And we're back. In Reno, Nevada, spare up in the 7th frame, converting the 3-9 on the right-hand lane, and Tish Johnson leads by a scant 5 pins. So we're heading down to the home stretch in match number 2.
Virtually the same shot 2 times in a row for Tish. However, she got the break on lane 30 and got out the 10, making her conversion a little bit easier.
The 1988 edition of the WIBC Queens, the 27th annual in this event. First one started back in 1961, and they bowled it at North Crest Lanes in Wayne, Indiana. Janet Harmon out of Los Angeles won the very first, won $1,000. Minimum of $10,000 to win this time. Cindy Coburn concentrating and probably praying a little bit at the same time.
Well, it's a close match. She's not out of it. She's just trying to get her timing back, and she's trying to remember what she did in the first game.
Tish Johnson's really put on a clinic here for picking up the difficult spares.
Yes, she has. I tell you what, that is textbook style right here. She covers all 4 pins with the ball.
One thing is for sure, if you hit all 4 with the ball, they're going to go down.
Yeah.
Cindy Coburn now shooting in the 8th. And this one beginning to get a little testy.
A strike here puts her only 1 pin behind Tish, and that's it.
Well, whatever she lost, she apparently has found. Opening game, she bowled just absolutely super.
Another shot at Cindy's approach. Looks like she's got her timing back. Great arm swing, good knee bend. She stays down with the shot and just buries it. Sitting down sometimes, putting your head down, concentrating like that, that's what it takes.
Well, they say the players that operate best on national television are those that just simply block everything out except for one shot at a time, and that's it. I think that's the beauty of the sport of bowling on television, too, is you get a chance to really see the emotions, the highs and lows. Could be another high for Cindy Coburn, and she was a touch high and couldn't trip before. That would have been a big strike.
She was looking for that one. She thought she threw it good, and she did. Ball just breaking a little bit too high right before the pocket, leaving her with a 4 pin.
Well, if Cindy would spare and strike out, it would be a possible 2-0-2 game. On the other side of the coin.
At this point, Tish almost has to just match what Cindy does.
Exactly, because she leads by a pin.
Except Tish gets to go first, so I guess Cindy has to match what Tish does.
The advantage there being finish first and post the score?
Exactly. However, that is Cindy's 9th frame, and Tish is now up in the 9th. So Tish can lock Cindy out with 4 strikes.
Could shoot 213 if she would take this one right to the wall.
And that's precisely what Tish wants to do.
Yeah, don't give Cindy Coburn an opportunity to walk back through the door, right? Second time, she'll normally come up and get you. Been an excellent match since the opening frame in this one.
Yes, it is. Tish taking a little extra time. Concentration there. Looks good. She stayed with that one, and she got the pin dancing.
foundation frame. Got a strike in the 9th to set yourself up in the 10th.
One strike here would force Cindy Coburn to get 2 in the 10th. This is a big ball for her. Here you can see the pins will start dancing. A lot of pin action.
I think Tish just really bowling with so much confidence, having won already this year and had a super year in '87. And you can see that she's just getting better and better. And right now could really make life difficult for Cindy Coburn. And she gets the wall shot. And right at this point in time, Tish Johnson has all the most.
9 pins, and we have a possible tie, Denny. A strike right here wraps it up.
Tish looking up and thanking the heavens and also scanning the monitors to find out exactly what the score is. So she's very well aware at this point of what she needs to lock Cindy Coburn out.
She's been in this position, she knows. She knows what it's going to take.
Cindy going to need some help from Tish Johnson to stay alive.
Setting that ball short, you could hear it go down. Not getting through that at all.
Well, Tish Johnson can't believe it. If she spares, she shoots an even 200 game.
Getting to the line a little bit fast, not getting through it, and the ball just sailing to the left on her.
Well, that's what happens when the adrenaline starts to flow. You take off and not real happy with that shot under pressure. I think that the professionals just ask for an opportunity to get up in the 10th frame and win their match. When you don't take advantage of it, you got nobody to blame but yourself.
That's right. Can't say, well, I didn't have a chance.
So it's 200 for Tish Johnson. And for Cindy Coburn, very simple. She needs 2 strikes and 9 to shoot 201. And I think she'll walk away wishing that she had that first shot in the 10th back.
Oh, I'm sure she will. And there's the shot, she says, of course.
And so we now have a winner in Tish Johnson, and she'll advance into the semifinal game here in Reno, Nevada. That's coming up next against Wendy McPherson. And there, of course, is the pose that Leila's mother loves just so well, the one at the back of her head.
That's not nice. This is what we get to see.
That's right. Great,
not much.
Great view from up here. And Tish Johnson and Wendy McPherson ready for the semifinal game. Don't forget, coming up next on ESPN, live second-round coverage of the United Hospitals Classic. And there's a trio tied at the top. Bruce Crampton, Billy Casper, and Lou Graham. They're all -2, and 6 players are 1 under. So it's a dogfight in the greater Philadelphia area. That's coming up next.
Tish Johnson defeating Cindy Coburn in her first match, the second match of the day, 200 to 190. And that's what her opponent did to her the first frame last game.
Well, was it my imagination? Did Tish try and tighten things up a little bit line-wise? It looked like she tried to move a little bit on the lane to her right, but got an overreaction. So right now, she's kind of fishing on the championship pair. First look at a former U.S. Open champion. She won that event as an amateur.
A strong television player. This lady is 7-0 in her television record.
Opening shot. That one just a touch light.
Actually, not playing in or out. That was closer to the second arrow for Wendy. She was out a bit farther yesterday.
Just 21 years of age. Already with 2 professional titles.
A nice young lady.
Mm-hmm. Very personable.
Mm-hmm. Hoping to get a break on the spare, and that's exactly what she got. That 2-pin just toppling there.
Contemplating the shot on the left-hand lane, and there were 5 consecutive victories. And then, of course, to nail down the #1 seed, well, she got beat up pretty badly by Leanne Barrett, 874 to 726.
Leanne got very lined up yesterday.
Caught fire late in the afternoon.
Yes, she did. Making the adjustment for the light hit, crossing over to the left side. Kind of confused.
Yeah, the look in her eyes right now is, oh, brother, what happened there?
Like you said, some of these pairs out here, the girls either got locked in real quick or didn't get locked in at all. Here you can see pulling the ball to the left. However, that was the shot you really were playing this week. But if you pulled a little bit too far, you were in trouble.
And so a couple of spares for Wendy McPherson, who breathes a sigh of relief.
In Knight's society, they seek out and destroy the undead.
They exist.
The werewolf.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Frank Corrigan, the Secret Service agent? Yeah, you were JFK's favorite agent, the best and the brightest.
The hell is this? Clock's ticking, Frank. Streaming free all month long on Zumo Play.
Where are the authorities? Why call me?
Oh, dear God. I'm not a killer.
Careful, Miss Green.
Are you calling me a liar?
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
She was the queen of the outlaws, Her Highness Cat Ballou.
Now streaming on the free movies page, only on Zumo Play.
Gathering her thoughts.
So far, Denny, the players have finished as they qualified. Nikki has finished in the number 5th position, where she qualified, and Cindy in the number 4th position. And I'm sure Tish would like to change that.
Once again, that tricky cross-alley spare.
We saw her convert it last game. We'll see if she can do it twice in a row.
So you wouldn't want to make a living having to pick those up on national television.
Anytime.
Gray hair is a definite possibility the more you shoot at these babies.
You get those 4-pin spares and you're talking trouble.
Now, sooner or later they're going to jump up and bite you, and that's exactly what happened. Tish kind of shirks and figures, well, we'll give it one more try on the left-hand lane.
The ball finishing right towards the pins, just chopping off the 2-8. She couldn't have chopped that any cleaner.
3 opening victories, and then a loss, as we've already mentioned, to Nikki Giannoulias. And then for Tish Johnson, she really strapped it on and won 4 consecutive games to qualify number 3.
Against some very fine players there at the end, too.
Much better shot there on the left-hand lane, a little more speed. I have a feeling she went back to the original line there on lane 29, fishing around perhaps in the opening shot. I think most people don't realize at home, too, that the players appear to be standing in the same spot with their feet and throwing the ball at the same area, but many times they're making those subtle adjustments from shot to shot.
Those subtle adjustments can be from just 2 boards on the approach to 1 board out on the lane.
Nice thing to be able to do is sit on the bench and then gain a 13-pin lead. Can she take advantage of the break? Once again, same shot, and does get an opportunity to knock the washout out.
Wendy definitely needing to make an adjustment here. Looks like she needs to get outside farther. At least here's the ball just sliding, never really getting into that good roll. However, she did get the break. The 10-pin falls.
The 1-2-8 for the second consecutive time on lane 30.
You can see the ring of lane conditioner around Wendy's ball. We saw her almost miss it the other direction. And there you see the difference in the lane. The middle of the lane is hooking quite a bit. Get it a little too soon, and the ball just goes right to the left.
This one might be better billed as survival of the fittest.
That's what it took.
We've already mentioned plenty of women's professional bowling, and of course the PBA Tour coming up on ESPN this summer, and the ladies, the LPBT Summer Tour starts on July 14th on ESPN.
better shot by Wendy. She thought that ball was going to finish a little harder. It did. She's close. Leaving herself with a dinner bucket, as you'd say.
Well, the count hasn't been too good. 7 in the opening frame, 9, 7, and then 6. And Wendy shaking her head. At this point in time, Leila, might you just changed balls completely, or you know, obviously she knows Tish is struggling a little bit too. Do you just kind of hang in there and try and hit the head pin, or what? What's your strategy at this point?
Well, since Tish is struggling too, you know, she's got an idea what this ball is going to do. To actually pick up a new ball now, it would take her 2 or 3 more frames to figure out what that ball is going to do. I think she'd stay with this one.
Well, Tish Johnson looking for 3 in a row. This one through the nose. Well, she struck in the 4th through an excellent shot, but she has now regained the lead here in the semifinal match. And it hasn't come easy. And down to the left here, beautiful Valley Hotel Lanes, Leanne Barrett. The number 1 seed as Wendy McPherson scans the scoreboard.
It's appearing, Denny, once you have it, once you don't. That's what the players are doing out here. Looked like Tish had it, and then she didn't. We'll be excited to come back in the summer. We start at the Fairlanes Capitals Classic in Hyattsville, Maryland, July 10th through the 14th. We go on to Michigan, and then on to South Bend. After that, we have the Fairlanes Denver Classic. From there to warm Tempe, Arizona, and finishing up with our $60,000 Brunswick LPBT National Doubles, which is a fun event, and Paula and I will be trying to do as well as we did last year.
Right, your partner Paula Drake and all those championship rounds seen on ESPN this summer. The PBA Tour. Summer Tour starts Wednesday night, June 15th. 12 consecutive Wednesday evenings. So plenty of bowling on ESPN this coming summer. And there you see, excellent shot by Wendy McPherson. And a double right now would go a long way for that young 21-year-old right-hander.
Yes, it would. Tish has lost quite a bit in count. Also, Wendy has. However, Tish has that open frame and the double. So it turns out to be a fairly even match. Looking for the double right here. And she got the break on the Brooklyn. She just says, all right, I'll take it.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
That's right. Crossing over a little bit to the left-hand side when you're playing that point line. Very easy to do. And she says, yeah, thank you.
They all look the same on the electronic scoreboard.
That's right. Well, remember, Tish carried that first one in the first frame here.
Through the nose and the 4-pin stands. If the players have done one thing fairly effectively today, it's not leave the big gaping splits. Cindy left one, and Nikki Giannoulias left a double pinochle. Other than that,
that was my problem.
Too
many of those big splits.
Yeah, when you got 4 or more and they're divided by space, you got some problems.
My spare shooting was excellent. Those split shooting needs some practice.
The winner of this next match will collect a check for a minimum of $10,000. Tish Johnson out of Downey, California. Just recently sold her pro shop interest there, but Tish told me that someday she's hopefully going to get back involved in the pro shop business.
Denny, the tour is looking so great now with the amount of tournaments on ESPN, and all these girls are actually quitting their side jobs to bowl full-time. As I've taken a 6-month leave as well.
That's right.
To compete full-time. It's worth it now. It's starting to get better.
Yeah, but see, what am I going to do now when I fly American and you're not there as a flight attendant?
Well, you'll just have to be nice
drinks,
to
right?
the other flight attendants.
Oh, well. Well, I think you're right, though. I think, and really to compete at that high a level, you pretty much, even during the off time, have to work on your game and improve it and continue to try and develop because the competition on the LPBT Tour continues to get better and better and better.
You we see players coming back like Donna Adamek, who was in school, has quit school, and she's coming back too.
And speaking of coming back, we will be back in just a moment or so. It's a 10-pin lead for Wendy McPherson, and she's on a double, so stay tuned. Cross-alley spare conversion of the 10-pin. McPherson with a good shot on the right-hand lane, but left the half 10, and she really could have opened up some running room if she'd have struck there.
Yeah, she could. She got the break on the Brooklyn strike the frame before, and she just paid it back with that one. Not quite getting the finish, the 6-pin lane in the channel. They're not easy, Denny. Not able to hit lane 29 as of yet. She's gone to the left side both her times.
Gives this one a little more room, tries to sneak it up, and oh boy.
Making the adjustment from the crossover hit last time.
Well, we're talking about hitting a board or two here and there.
That's exactly right. You're talking about not area out here to hit. You're talking about boards. And the shot just never got up there. Once again, you see the ball just sliding. Almost making it. Not quite. Ooh.
So an open in the 8th. Miss of the 2.58. And Tish Johnson goes from trailing by 6 to leading by 5.
And that's what you like to do on the bench.
You bet. It's an easy way to get it done.
Tish looking now for the strike here to put any type of pressure. Keep her lead. Ooh.
Right back the other way.
Her ball also going very long and not finishing. Danny, as the more play on the lane conditioner starts to carry you down farther and farther, and we don't see the break in the back end. And here we really never saw much of a break in the beginning, but it's starting to get worse. And as you can see, the players are not getting their balls up to the head end.
Well, I think that's probably what makes the sport of bowling as difficult as it is, especially under the national television lights, the fact that the lane conditioner continues to move gradually, for the most part, all over the lanes, up and down and across, and you basically have to make those adjustments by reading the ball reaction, and that's very difficult to do.
Yes, it is. Sometimes you're not sure it's the ball. You think it may be me. You know, it may be maybe a little too fast or maybe a little too slow. Instead of just taking it as you see it. Say, hey, that ball didn't hook up there. It's the lane. It's not necessarily me.
Well, for many years they've always said, let your ball be your guide. And that may be the worst break of the tournament. A pocket 7-10 split. Tish Johnson beside herself right now, and that is a very big break indeed for Wendy McPherson, because that comes in the 9th frame.
That was a super shot. She just blows the 5 right into the 10, however, blowing it in front of the 10. Look at that. 3 or 4 pins went to it, and she was not happy with that.
Giving the fans a bit of a thrill here. Last time I saw the 7-10 picked up on national television, it was provided by Mr. Mark Roth.
London is the capital of the world.
We've come to disgrace you with our presence.
Everybody's dressed so well.
I can get married in this. I can get buried in this.
Do you have any tiaras?
Can't have it.
We could share. You pay full and I'll wear it half the time.
Spilling tea.
I cannot keep a secret.
I'm in absolute disbelief of what is happening.
This Dara girl is a madam.
I don't know about this.
Oh, shut up, Emma. It's funny.
Get with the program. Scandal's fun.
And I chopped it off the 6. Good. good, huh?
That's
out of the pit, Dick.
That's a classy way to do it. Oh, big shot now. Oh, Greek Church jumps up now on lane 30, and this one is a give and a takeaway at this stage.
I tell you.
My.
Oh, my is right. I tell you, they have the fans going here. Wendy playing that point shot. You know, 1 minute the ball will be sliding, next minute she hits the dry area on the lane, and it just takes off, cutting right through the heart of the pins.
Now, count now becomes a very vital factor in this one. Get as many as you possibly can, and when I say that, she doesn't quite get that accomplished. So both players right now just scrambling to keep their heads above water, and it's a 7-pin lead for Wendy McPherson heading into the 10th frame, and obviously if she throws a double in any kind of count, she can close Tish Johnson out, but I'm not so sure we're going to see a double from either player.
No, doubles are not coming very frequently here, Denny.
Oh, more speed on the left-hand lane, and Wendy with a touch of a high hit, but strikes on the first shot, and this one could really make life miserable for Tish Johnson.
I tell you what, she did get the break there. A little bit more speed, got the pins a-flying, because that almost was the big 4.
The winner of this match to take on 20-year-old Leanne Barrett out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma for the Queen's Championship. That was trouble. So Tish Johnson still has an opportunity to get to the title game. It's just a question of what she's going to need.
Tish Johnson is now sitting in the same position Cindy Coburn was last game, Denny. We'll see if her luck is any different than Cindy's.
She'll need at least 2 strikes and 7, depending on what Wendy does here. So for Wendy McPherson, a game of 173. Obviously below her standards, but it still may be good enough to vault her into the title match.
It's not necessarily the score, Denny. It's whether you win or lose. And that's how it's been all week with this double elimination format.
So a double and 7. Double and 6, and we've got a tie.
And that's possible.
The 6 she got, the double, not quite. So it's through the nose, the double pinochle, Wendy McPherson pondering her future, and it's looking much brighter right now because she'll advance into the championship game. And our finalists at this point in time have all finished up exactly where they qualified. Nikki Giannoulias, number 5, Cindy Coburn, number 4. Tish Johnson will take home a nice check for the number 3 position, and obviously be a little disappointed. Lanes breaking down and changing from shot to shot, and the conditions very difficult indeed for these professionals. And they're going to be tested here in the title game, which is coming up in just a moment or so, between Wendy McPherson and Leanne Barrett out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Stay tuned. The Queen's Championship is up for grabs. .481 players started this week, and now we're down to just the final 2, so either Leanne Barrett or Wendy McPherson will wear the diamond crown.
And this crown goes to the winner. Crown the Queen.
Leanne Barrett, your first good look at her, still finishing up with her practice shots on the championship pair. And if you haven't yet had a chance to watch this young lady bowl, you are in for a very special treat. She can flat rip it, and she knows where it's going.
She was very impressive when she came out on the tour. She came out in the fall of '86, struggled a little bit, you know, which happens to a lot of young players when they first come out. And last year, she was able to capture 3 LTPA titles, along with the LTPA Rookie of the Year, and also the WIBC All Events title, which is a very prestigious title there.
Only 20 years of age, conferring right now with Fran Wolf of the LPBT to determine which lane that she will start or finish on. And, very likable young lady. As a matter of fact, these 2 champions. Look at this. A 20-year-old and a 21-year-old battling for the Queen's Championship. So Wendy McPherson will start on the left-hand lane. And this one, I think it's safe to say, is up for grabs.
I'm not going to predict anything. I'm through predicting.
Stay away from that one, huh?
That's right.
Not a high-scoring match, but very close. Both players had a chance to close each other out. Just a question of surviving. 2-4-5 on the left-hand lane.
We saw 4 major splits in the end of the last game there, Denny, and I think Wendy's just trying to compensate for that and at least stay on the right-hand side of the pins.
Well, as we mentioned, two contrasting styles here. Wendy McPherson, a fairly straight player up the boards with the ball. She'll belly at a touch from time to time, but Leanne Barrett's going to hook it 15 boards no matter what.
But, Denny, both players set the ball just over the foul line, and this is the characteristic that I saw working this week.
Trying to get the ball to roll a little earlier?
Yes. Good to see a great shot of Leanne's approach here as well. She starts the ball very low, not much of a push away, pushing the ball straight down. She gets her strength from her height, her long arms, and she's got great knee bend. Low at the line.
Basically played a little further out all week long, but she opened for the strike, and first time I had a chance to meet this young lady was 2 years ago in Edmond, Oklahoma at Boulevard Bowl, and the man who introduced me to her was Gary Dickinson. He said, Denny, you're going to meet one of the finest junior players anywhere in the world, and here are the results of her work this week. 6 consecutive match play wins, and that's why she's the #1 seed.
That's right. She is the only player out of 481 players that went undefeated.
Trying to make it 7-0.
That's right.
If she does, she wins.
Just a great amount of revolutions on the ball, as you can see here. Getting the ball way out, and oh my gosh. And that sometimes the revolutions can hurt you. Her ball just drove so hard in the bat. As you can see here, going way out to the 1 board, and here it's going to take a left turn, and it just keeps driving left. That ball was supposed to take out that 9-pin.
What did I tell you about arcing the ball?
She arcs it.
That was on the half board at about 45 feet.
You haven't seen much finish from any of these other players, and Leanne creates her own finish, doesn't she?
Yeah, she brings her own with her.
Yes. That's nice. Nice to have.
That was more the angle that she played, at least through most of yesterday, when she really bowled well. She was playing the 1 and 2 board and kind of banking the gutter.
She had a lot of problem in qualifying. She said she was in deeper, and once she moved out, she was okay.
I think Wendy realizing that you're not going to be able to wait too long to start throwing some strikes because Leanne will just run over. Well, not exactly the way it's diagrammed up in the free shot routine, but nevertheless, it's 10 in and around the pit.
That's right. Wendy's still playing the line around the 10 board there in the ball. Hitting that dry area, the center of the lane, and it just crosses over.
The important thing is, though, if you look at that shot through a mirror, it's back on the right side of the pocket.
That's true.
The left-hand lane's been a struggle, and the wall shot down. The 5 is going to finally drop, and that was the biggest break thus far this afternoon.
I tell you what, her ball is deflecting as it hits the head pin right there, and what pin was that came off the wall? 2 of them were just rocking that 5 pin, and it fell.
A little double team action on the 5 pin, and there's the final result. Wendy says, yes.
Usually those double team actions turn out for the worst. They help hold that pin up.
So it's a big double and a 10-pin lead for Wendy McPherson.
See how low Leanne holds the ball. Same the ball short, not getting the ball as far out. Now that's the area that gal just created for herself. You see, she went very hard and direct that time.
London is the capital of the world.
We've come to disgrace you with our presence.
Everybody's dressed so well.
I can get married in this. I can get buried in this.
Do you have any tiaras?
Can't have it.
We could share. You pay full and I'll wear it half the time.
Spilling tea.
I cannot keep a secret.
I'm in absolute disbelief of what is happening.
This Dara girl is a madam.
I don't know about this.
Oh, shut up, Emma. It's funny.
Get with the program. Scandal's fun.
It's not too late for her to have a real family.
She has a real family.
Now streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
I wonder if Wendy's worried more about this match or getting married in February.
That's right. She set her date. February 11th, I believe she said.
Looking for the double and to come right back in this match. Wanted it to come up in a hurry, and the 2-pin remains.
If she was trying to do what she did last time on lane 29, she didn't get the ball far enough out to the right. Here, good shot. See how low she gets the ball. She actually walks crooked, 1 foot over the other. But super, super extension and knee bend.
Well, watch that wrist float a little bit in the backswing, too. Thumb doesn't stay in a locked-in position. Opens way up and then closes. Here, you see it? Right around it.
She does open a little bit.
Oh, my.
And Leanne hitting the center of the lane, that dry area. Saw a lot of people miss a lot of spares to the left.
Now, one thing is for sure, you miss 1-pin spares in the championship match, and you've got some problems.
You see her laying it down. It looked like it was going to hold, but then it hits about the 15th board, and the ball just starts to dive. Even before that, about the 13th.
Could extend the lead to 32 if she strikes on lane 30.
Wendy catching 2 breaks in a row. A Brooklyn, a 5-pin. Check that one out, Danny. That was just packed.
Well, we mentioned her prestigious match play record on television. She is 7-0 heading into today. She's already won 1. That's 8-0, and she's in the process of making it 9-0. And, of course, 3 of those
nice
wins
record
in there would be for tournament championships, too.
That's right. U.S. Open, her first time on television, her second time on television, the AMF Virginia Classic.
Yep. It's funny because she told me, she said, Denny, I'm more nervous during the week bowling and then a lot of times in match play than I am when I get to the telecast for whatever reason. And that's really a blessing in disguise because most players are exactly the opposite.
Yes, and Wendy really hasn't had a great year so far in 88. Her high finish this year has been 17th. So she started off struggling a little bit.
Sailing right along. And at this point, the last thing that she would want to do would be to miss a spare here and there to give Leanne a little opening.
That's right. I think she just wants to stay clean. She got the break, got the turkey. And it's going to be tough for Leanne to catch a turkey here. Mentioned earlier, talking to her, she did not want to get down in a match. Because she said she wasn't very good under pressure. But she's only 20 years old, and I think in a few years she'll be great under pressure. Here you see her walking a little bit crooked, drifts to the left, sending the ball out to the right. The pin coming. And the crowd was cheering for that one to get over.
Message not quite delivered that time to the 10.
Here you can see her open up her shoulder as well. Right here in her third step. Her shoulder's going to open up, and then she closes again. Her thumb getting on top of the ball a little. She comes right around it. Perfect position when she hits the line.
Well, again, it's like anything else, too. You can do a lot of things until you get to the foul line, but if you've got everything in the right spot at the bottom of the swing, it really doesn't make much difference.
No, it doesn't, and that's the key.
She also has an unusual stance in that she's got her feet pointed dead right when she starts the original approach. Wendy McPherson leading by 30. This one's far from over, though, because Wendy has struggled a little bit in the championship pair. Leanne Barrett can throw some strikes.
We saw her have the first 8 strikes, I believe, earlier this week. She shot a 269 game. Something on the lane down near the pins. Called to get it off. You're right, Denny. She lines up facing the right, and I haven't seen her bowl enough to know if she does this when she's trying to play a different line other than the outside line. However, you are supposed to line up to face your target, so, you know, she definitely does that.
Well, I watched her most of the last couple of days, and she did it on virtually every step. She straightens it up a little bit as she starts her first step, but maybe it's just the way that she feels comfortable. Good shot there on the left-hand lane.
Yes, it is. And here you see her drifting a little bit to the left again, getting through the ball. The ball extending a little bit farther out that time than it did last time she hit lane 29 and just crunch in the pocket.
Well, it's beautiful when you watch those pins when they don't fly, when they go straight back, you know you're really in dead stroke.
Wendy looking to get in dead stroke here. She crunched the last shot on this lane. See if she can do it again.
Baby split now on the right-hand lane, and as I mentioned before, this one's far from over.
Definitely, Wendy's not exactly lined up. She carried the Brooklyn, the wall shot, and
she's just trying to make the best of an opportunity, I would think.
That's right.
The key goal for any of the professionals or amateurs as you enter the tournament is always to get to the title game. That's first and foremost. Baby split provides some opposition, so the first opening in the title game for Wendy McPherson reduces her lead now to 17, and keep in mind Leanne Barrett's on strike.
Wendy holding the ball very high and pushing the ball straight out. Definite opposite of Leanne Barrett. And a good shot on lane 29. I think that was a key shot for her in the 7th frame.
Well, I think anytime you open, especially in a title match, the next shot is really critical.
Oh, definitely. You do not want to give your opponent 2 openings while she's sitting on the bench.
Well, the lead could be cut to just 7 pins if Leanne Barrett strikes on the right-hand lane.
Not striking on this lane as of yet.
Leanne qualified 15th place this week.
Oh, I take that back. She struck twice on this lane, and she struck a 3rd time to give herself a double.
Just destroyed the rack on the right-hand lane. And that may have been her best shot of the match. And there you see the lopsided victory, and that one was for the top seed position last evening, and it was almost over before it started.
But this one's for $10,000, Denny, and it's only 1 game. Those other matches are 4-game matches.
Right, that's true. It's only a 1-game match, but I think the pressure of being the top seed deserves some credit as well. That's not an easy thing to do.
Oh.
Obviously, you're guaranteed second-place money.
Definitely.
This one to climb right back on top.
Getting that ball out farther. And she got the break on the 2-pin. Ooh, did she create area there? Here you see, not quite getting up high enough to hit the pocket. She had all those pins dancing. That 1 pin just came off the wall and tripped the 2. She just watches it. Yeah.
Well, better late than never. So she leads by 3, but momentum could swing back in the other direction with a double for Wendy McPherson. Pretty good shot, Wally, and these two now have decided to make a match of this as they head down to the home stretch.
Well, this is where the true professionals come out, Denny. It's down to the home stretch, and they are going to make a match. They're carrying everything. The adrenaline's flowing. They're throwing the ball harder. As you can see here, the ball's deflecting, not driving through the head pin. However, it didn't take a driver there, did it?
For 3 in a row, lots of speed. Oh, my goodness, a solid 8-pin. Well, we've seen a solid 9 and a solid 8, and that one jumped up at an inopportune time.
That had to be about the best shot that Wendy McPherson has thrown in the 2 games. And that 5-pin, supposed to be taking out that 8-pin, just blows right in front of it. Wendy McPherson couldn't have thrown it any better.
The important thing, cover the spare, go back, sit down, and regroup. 224, the best possible game that Wendy McPherson could post if she would strike out in the 10th. And Leanne Barrett operating right now at a 238 clip if she would strike out.
And can close out the match. Right. Leanne Barrett is up now, 9th frame. And that's what she wanted to do. She did not want to finish this match.
Get out there, post the score, and see what happens.
Taking a little extra time. It's a big shot for this young lady. And she just rips the rack on that one.
There you see the disappointment written all over Wendy McPherson's face. That's the one tough thing about the sport of bowling. There's nothing you can do.
No, and Leanne Barrett couldn't have thrown this one any better as well. Her ball driving into the pocket, just throwing that 5 out.
Wendy McPherson, 21, Leanne Barrett, 20. Oh, we've got another decade or two of watching these two young champions perform on national television. It's been a treat here this afternoon.
Leanne Barrett looking for the first 2 strikes to close up the match.
I think lane 29 has been the better of the 2 lanes as far as getting the ball back.
She got the ball farther out to the right that time, and and this is an example of what you see when the ball is driving so hard in the back end.
Yeah, you see the look of chagrin on her face.
The ball just cutting through the 3-pin and leaving her with the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, and not an easy conversion.
You can make it, but it's a little luck.
She went, oh, no.
Look at Wendy. She's already trying to relax just a little bit, come down, realize that she's going to have a chance.
Wendy needs to stay out of trouble when she gets up. Right now, it's whatever this player does. She's going to convert it. Oh, a good effort.
Well, disaster strikes in the 10th frame for Leanne Barrett.
199. And it was the pin count there, Denny, that really hurt her.
Wendy McPherson needs a mark.
Wendy McPherson needs good count.
Rifles it right up the track. And there's the shot that's going to clinch the championship. And Wendy McPherson defies all odds, Liana Wagner, and wins again 9 consecutive matches on television. But more importantly, she captures the queen.
I tell you what, Lady Luck is with this lucky lady. She just tripped a 4-9.
Oh, look at the smile on her face. Well, it doesn't make any difference. It's all academic. We'll be back. The winner, Wendy McPherson, and she'll collect a check worth over $10,000. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Pads, a must. grab your new ball. Grab your new ball. Throw it one shot, and then we're going to make a surface adjustment. Right there's where we want to play. We're just going to add a little bit of surface to get that to pick up a little bit quicker, and then that's going to help it transition through the pin. We're going to play in the same spot. Just let the ball, just get your hand through it. And then we're just going to keep it as square, straight through the front as we can keep it, just like you threw the first shot with it. And just let the texture then bring the ball up to the pocket. Okay?
First ball?
Yeah, I want you to throw that on the first ball. Okay? Good luck today. Knock on bed. Good shot. So now we're just going to keep that right there, and just like I say, keep the angles in front of you, and you'll be good to go for the rest of the afternoon. Okay, because every time you move pairs, we're just going to make small adjustments based off of that motion, because we've got the surface, and it's going to want to pick up. It's going to kind of shine up as we go. So as the lanes break down, just so we'll be able to stay in the same area and zone of the lane most of the day. Okay. All right, go get them. Good luck.
Bowling term of the day is board adjustment. So you'll sometimes hear people in bowling say, make a 2-in-1 move, make a 4-in-2 move. What does that mean? So when they mention something like that, they mean move 2 boards with your feet and 1 board with your eyes. Because generally the way you talk about bowling, where you stand and where you throw, you talk about where you start on the lane, the exact board that you start on the lane. We talked about that in a previous terminology video, but then also what you're looking at down lane. So if you're standing on the 10 board and looking at the 5 board, if someone says make a 2-in-1, that means they want you to move to the 12 board with your feet and the 6 board with your eyes. So when you do this, you can do a 2-in-1, 4-in-2, 6-in-3, and so on. A 2-in-1 move is the most normal, because if you move your feet 2 boards and you move your eyes 1 board, you will keep the same break point down the lane. So your ball shape will be very similar. You'll just be playing a little bit deeper on the lane.
And working with me once again, Coach Fred Ford. And Fred, variety would be the key again this week.
Yes, Jen, we've run the gamut as far as players are concerned. We have two players of the hottest players on tour. We have the big crank style. We have the accuracy style. It will be fun to see how it unfolds here this evening.
Well, it should be interesting. And our first player, lacking a little of that experience, not making a show since 1994, Chris Hall.
She's our non-winner, and I know, in talking with her last night, Jen, as you know, there's nothing more than she'd like to put beside her name than the word champion.
Well, another lady looking for this championship. She's in the middle of the Bowler of the Year race. Very comfortable on TV. It's Wendy McPherson-Papanos.
And this is her 7th show, and her worst finish in all 10 weeks is 11th. I think that speaks for itself.
It certainly does. A lady who's been around that 11th position a lot, but hasn't made the telecast lately. It's Jackie Mickiewicz.
Consistency and accuracy should be her first and second name. And I'm sure here today she's going to try to climb that ladder.
Well, if she does climb the ladder, she's going to face Michelle Feldman. And Fred, power's probably her middle game, but right now she's working on experience.
The biggest crank ball player in women's bowling in the history of our sport. And she's got one thing to watch. That's her accuracy. That will be the key. If she has accuracy on her spares, she could be hard to beat.
Well, the lady at the top of the field that she would have to beat if she advances is one of the best spare shooters on television, Carolyn Doran-Ballard, having the best swing of her career.
She's made 4 consecutive shows. She's golden again this week, and I'm sure there's nothing more than she'd like to do than walk away here today with a victory.
Well, I know she wants that victory, Fred, because I asked her what her objective was for this week. Here's what she said.
My objective, plain and simply, is to win. I am here for 10 frames. I really did something this week that I didn't think was possible, looking at who was bowling well in the beginning of the week, and I've proven something to myself and to others, I think, and I am here for 10 frames and to hold that trophy at the end of the night.
Well, in an hour and a half, we'll find out if she does carry that trophy away. Right now, we're ready for our first match. It's Chris Hall versus Wendy McPherson-Papanos. Handshake between the two competitors. Chris Hall going to be up first. It was Wendy's decision. She chose to make Chris start the match and finish the match. Age 31, 7th year as a pro, and we mentioned it's her 3rd telecast. She's been close a lot of weeks, but hasn't made too many shows.
She's won 6 regional titles, so she knows how to win at the regional level. Let's see if she can earn the win here at the national level.
A little bit of an errant shot to open up, but she gets a break and walks away with a strike.
She hasn't been on for a while. Sometimes it's just nice to get that first shot off your hand and keep it on the line, huh?
Wendy McPherson-Papanos, you've all seen her if you've been watching our shows. Her 11th year on tour, 7th telecast out of 10 weeks.
Unreal. You can see why right there with that pin action, Jen. It seems like every week she's got phenomenal pin action. She's got that 5-step delivery. Here's what I like about her game. You could put a book on the top of her head and balance it as she walks the line. Look how steady their head is. Just beautiful all the way through. That is great balance.
Wendy qualified 4th, a 214 average this week. 19 and 13 in match play. And she's not going to give Chris a break here. She's going to say, hey, you're going to have to get up here and earn it.
This lady just never lets up, does she? She's a striking machine. See how Chris responds here. Qualified 5th. She had 212.19 average this week. Started averaging over 210 for 48 games crossing all these lanes. That's unbelievable.
Chris also with 19 wins this week. Lisa Wagner, sitting beside me here, actually out-averaged Chris. She averaged 213.17, but only had 16 wins, and that's why she's sitting here instead of out there. Those match play wins so important. 30 bonus pins per win, 32 games. Chris going high, 3-6-10. She's just not getting the ball to the right now. Probably a little bit nervous.
You're hanging on a little bit. You hang on, you pull the ball left. It closes your shoulders, and you throw the ball left when you hang on over the foul line too far. We call it overextension.
She defeated Wendy during the week in match play. You just saw that.
There's the next one spare. That we know is a very difficult spare. For her to make that 3-6-10 this early in the match is a good sign.
It's early in the first match, and there's a lot yet to come. We'll be back right after this. Chris Hall bowled her 4th frame while we were away. She left the 3-9 coming high again, spared it. She now leads by 5 pins going into the 5th frame. Fred, I know in practice we were watching her. It was easy for her to hang the ball out to the right. You think she's afraid of that, trying to keep it tight?
Trying to keep it on line and not let it out around the pocket. So now she's got that little hole in her swing.
And the middle of the lanes are hooking. They've on many of the pairs, the middle of the lanes were hooking quite a bit, and that seems to be what's happening.
And there's an out-of-bounds right, so it's hard to let your swing get loose and send that ball out around. Hits that little hang spot, washout. Then you go a little left of the target, hook goes Brooklyn. It's just amazing to me, Jen, that the ladies can bowl the scores they bowl, average 218 on conditions like this. Between 212 and 218 are 5 telecasts, or 5 contestants on the telecast. That's unbelievable.
Oh, no. Now that is unbelievable. 2 solid 8s in a row.
Back-to-back 8 pins. And Chris is filling the frames, throwing the ball all over. She goes double, throws it through the nose, pays the price. Solid 8, solid 8. Here she is trailing by 6, and she's saying, what do I have to do here to get a strike? She's been there many times, though. This lady is special. She really knows how to compete.
Covering the spare, staying in the match. I asked Wendy, you know, if she's feeling any pressure, how good she's been bowling for that Bowler of the Year race. Here's what she said.
It should be an interesting outcome at the end of this year. I don't think I'm feeling any pressure as much as I'm just kind of curious to see what happens at the end. Obviously, I think I need to do a little bit more this year yet, so we'll just wait and see. There's nothing I can do about what anyone else is bowling, so we'll wait and see.
Now coming up light after 2 great shots. She has to be frustrated, Fred. I don't know, mentally. I know it's tough, and it's tough for me in match play when your opponent's getting a lot of breaks and you get the worst possible.
Sometimes that's why a lot of our athletes, Jen, as you know, they don't even watch the opponent. They don't even want to watch what happens, good or bad, and that way you can keep your focus. It is very difficult.
Well, she's making sure she stays in the match. She's remaining focused to shoot those spares.
This is a big shot here for Chris. She's got the strike up in the 5th. It's working. Now she throws another strike. She takes a 17-pin lead, and then she'll put up a little pressure on Wendy.
That one out. She trusted it, Fred.
She really did. She let it out, went through real good. And, you know, she's bowling so well now. She's worked on a couple of things with Bill Spigner, and here's one of the things she's worked on. She had her hand on the side. The picture on the left is where she used to play. Now the picture on the right, you can see her hands under the ball more in much stronger position, so she can let it out to the right, and it will turn back, and that's really opened up her confidence and her shot to the pocket.
Well, she's now has a 17-pin lead over Wendy McPherson-Papanos. Now, she does want to be able to adjust that, though. I mean, she may want to go back to that other hand position sometimes if she doesn't need the extra hit on the ball.
Exactly. You have to be versatile without risking hand action.
And that's what she's been afraid of. That's why she's been keeping the ball to the left. She either needs to get a lot deeper, right, or move right.
Or move right. Now, here's the shiny ball. As you can see, it hit the oil there. You can see it just skidding. It's not grabbing the lane surface. No traction, no turn toward the pocket. A little later in the tip, we'll talk about how to play that oil. A couple of the 4 keys that you can do to play oil conditions, because they're slick out there today.
Well, she knows how to get to the Brooklyn side. Oh, my. Taking 2. Ooh. Well, there's just 3 frames left in our first match. It's now a close one. We'll find out who wins right after this.
London is the capital of the world.
We've come to disgrace you with our presence.
Everybody's dressed so well. I can get married in this, I can get buried in this.
Do you have any tiaras?
Can't have it. We could share. You pay full and I'll wear it half the time.
Spilling tea.
I cannot keep a secret.
I'm in absolute disbelief of what is happening.
This Dara girl is a madam.
I don't know about this. Oh, shut up, Emma. It's funny.
Get with the program. Scandal's fun.
Wendy's up in the 7th frame right now. By virtue of that washout, she leads by 1 pin. And with that 9 count, we'll have an even match.
Right to the pin, but you can see she arced that ball a little bit, hit that little hang spot. So you can see how treacherous they are out there. It's premium shot making out here on the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour. It's not like when we play league play where we have a lot of oil in the middle and dry on the edges where you can throw it out to the right and it always hooks back. Out here it doesn't do that.
Again, covering the spare. The ladies went through, at least Wendy did, went through a lot of equipment this week. She said she used 15 or 16 balls. There you see the score, all even.
Isn't that unbelievable? She used 10 during qualifying, and she, you know, the trick there is that she just kept at it till she figured it out, and she kept making the changes. Then she got it down to about 3 or 4 bowling balls that she used in match play, and that's why she made it to the telecast.
See her average up 2 pins this year over last year. And last year she was bowler of the year and second high in average.
See, she moved parallel right there. She moved her feet right and her eyes right. She said, well, let me get out and go up the oil and try to make it flip, and it still hit that slick spot and slid right by the pocket, and there's funny pin action again. That was a funny 8-10.
It was. Well, 2-8-10 actually up. 2 pin fell at the last minute.
Watch this shot here. When it gets into the midsection lane here, right past the rangefinders, you'll see right here now, it's still skidding. See it rotating sideways or sideways. Never. Now it starts, but it was too late.
Now, in most of the pairs, the players that could hook the ball like a Wendy could be left and throw right and get it back. Several of us played farther right than that, almost pointing the ball up. So there were basically 2 different lines you could play.
London Bridge is there. She almost missed the head pin.
Yeah.
It looked like she's going to leave a cluster, and then all of a sudden she had 9.
You know, really, they're both struggling out there, but breaks seem to be going Chris's way at this point in time. She leads by 13 pins.
I think the key now is the person that can stay down in the shot and get it off their hand real clean and roll the ball instead of pull it and throw it out on the lane. See there, as soon as you do that, the ball skids.
Oh, my. Well, this is certainly not indicative of what these players did all week. They're really struggling, and Fred, once you start struggling, once you are afraid to let the ball right, it's very hard to execute and make a good shot.
And that big word, momentum, you know, now Chris is up by 2. And, you know, it's making for an interesting match, 2 pins, but I'm sure neither one of them are thinking it's too interesting.
I don't think either one really knows where to go. They're moving, and it's tough. You have 10 frames, and you have to move because you know you're going to die where you're at.
And they seem a little slicker here today than they've been all week long, to my eye. I don't know. You played on the lanes, but they look a little slicker here today.
They do right now.
Humidity changes. Things change. And the way the lanes are cleaned every day, it's really a touchy situation. It's very difficult to make lanes identical day after day. It's impossible, really, isn't it?
It is, and I know the carry down was, for me, very extensive. From the first couple of games, it changed a lot. But again, you're moving pair to pair when we're bowling, so it's difficult to judge. Wendy Light again. Maybe they need a little more surface on their balls.
Yeah, they could use a sanded bowling ball, something here that would grab the lane. See, this ball still is rotating. It never grabs the lane surface. Therefore, it was way late when it did grab. Come in the back door, left the 2-8.
using her spare ball.
Great cover. She just moved it right, just roped it right at it. That's a great lesson for everyone. Don't hook the ball on the spares. All you got to do is touch it with the ball.
You know, I think most people feel that if there's double wood, a pin behind another pin, that they need to hook the ball at it. On today's lane conditions, you often get in trouble. You may miss it a few times throwing a ball that goes straight because it may back up a hair and not quite take out the back pin, but I found I make it more that way than using my strike ball.
Exactly. Accuracy is a key on all spares, and especially when they're sleepers. And what I like to think of and have our athletes for years and people we work with is to think of the back pin, not the front pin. If you hit the back pin in the face, you'll mow that front one right down.
Well, the delay right here is some pins had fallen on lane 18, the opposite lane that Wendy's on, so they were clearing them off before she stood up to bowl her next frame. Actually, her 10th frame right now.
Now she squared it up, and that ball took off and went left. So if you're left of the target it hooks, if you're right of the target it hangs. I think what's going to happen is you'll see the player that moves farther to the left and plays a little more inside, away from that hang spot. That'll be the key.
Wendy is 154 in the 9th right now. Oh, my. 163, final score for Wendy. All Chris is going to need is some pin count, very low pin count.
Will stay behind the foul line. She goes 7, and 7 out would be the only way that Wendy could win. She gets 8, and 8 out, that's 164. So she needs 8 pins on this ball here.
2 balls, really. She's on a strike.
Exactly. Now with the roll. You have to roll it when the lanes are slick, especially when there's a hang spot. You cannot hang your thumb in the ball and flip the ball. You've got to lay it and roll it, and they were slicker here today than they have been.
Wendy finishes up in 5th, $2,500, but again, continuing to knock on that door and make the telecast.
Unbelievable, Jan. We all know how hard that is to do.
Appears to be lined up. I'm sure she's going to need it for the next match. It beats Wendy McPherson-Papanos and will move on to face Jackie Mickiewicz next. Chris Hall starting the match again.
Playing on that left lane. Let's see if she can get it off her hand clean. If she can get it off her hand clean, her ball will react. If she lofts the lane, the ball will slide right by the pocket. We can see she struck 3 times on each lane. So that was equal. So it's into her release. Let her roll. Let her roll. The ball reacted to the pocket.
That was a much better shot. It seemed like she found something, Fred, there in the 9th and 10th frames. I don't know if it was just moving around the lane or getting relaxed.
Just getting her feel, got her legs under a little bit, got her nerves settled down, but I think she started cleaning the release a little bit better.
Right now she's asking for Deadwood to be removed. 1997, her best finish 17th, so she's really improved this week. However, she's been making the cuts.
Yeah, there's that pin there. There it is. Got it out of the way. It's illegal to shoot the spare because that you could nip the front pin. It could roll over, hit that Deadwood, and bounce back up and knock the 7 down. Well, that would be an illegal shot.
Exactly. She's going to use her spare ball. She'll shoot at this. She learned her lesson. She slid by a 7-10 earlier. Covered it nicely. For those of you who saw her walk away and come back, she went to get her spare ball. On the pair adjacent to 17 and 18, she's allowed to stay loose while the player coming on warms up on the pair they're bowling on. And that's Jackie Mickiewicz, age 39 years pro.
1989, she won the gold and silver medal in the Olympic Festival in 89.
Last show a year ago, Franklin, Virginia. That ball jumping pretty hard.
A little tilt and rotation of the axis there, we call it, huh? You watch this ball flip at the pins. Here we are with that 5-step approach. It's a short first step, then pushes the ball out on 2. Full extension, big swing. Left arm out for balance. Now watch this release. Really come up through the shot. And when you throw it that good, you hit those fingers. Watch this ball flip. Flipping and tripping the 4.
Now she just went to that 5-step approach. There she did 218 average, highest average of the field, as you said in the Open. She went to that 5-step a couple years back, and she was having trouble getting started. There's that hook when she didn't get it.
You just talked about it, getting started. See, she has that trouble getting the ball in motion. In fact, I hate to say anything, but you know, in her 4-step, she got to where she couldn't get started.
Right, exactly.
You see, she's dead left of her target. She was in about 16, and she's playing 11-12. So that's when your shoulders turn closed, you throw the ball left.
Now, she said that since the 5-step, she has been able to start, but her timing's been off a lot.
It's a real fight for her to keep that timing every day.
Left again. But it's a spare ball. Doesn't hook. She was fine.
And all of our ladies on the telecast know that there's that hook spot out there. Now, what I'll predict is probably that our leader will be way out to the right, Carolyn going up the hold spot, and if she bowls our hook ball player, she'll be into the left going around it. So let's see how that unfolds. That was a heavy roll ball. If you watch that ball go through the pins, it went right over top of the 8 pin. Watch this ball finish through the pins. When you go up through it like that, she didn't rotate and spin. She lifted through, and watch this ball as it goes through the pocket. Watch where it goes, right over top of the 8.
Even match through 2 frames. Chris, you know, does a lot, as you mentioned, 6 regional titles. She bowls the regional programs all the time and is very successful. She's been on the national tour for 7 years. She's a member of the Chicago and Illinois Hall of Fames.
She works with the great Bill Spegner up in Chicago on her game, and that's what helps her throw shots like that. Bill's one of the best coaches in the world of bowling. Won on the Pro Bowlers Tour. He's been a studier of our sport, of bowling balls, equipment, of the biomechanics of movement of the body, of the mental game. He's really a great coach, and she says that he has really helped her.
And Jackie defeated Chris Hall during the week, 245 to 176 in match play.
When you roll it that good, it rolls right around that oil like it's not there when it's got the good roll to it. And that's when you get the thumb out clean and you roll. The swing just goes right on through. Now, if you grab it and flip it, then it helicopters and spins on that oil.
Jackie trails by 10. Chris has a double in there. But Jackie working on a strike. She could even it up with a strike here. We mentioned that she's been in the middle of the pack a lot, but hasn't been making shows. But she's made 9, she's bowled 9 of the 10 events, and she's made all the cuts except doubles, which is a good job.
Yes, she was 11th at the Clabber Girl Open in Terre Haute earlier in the year. Needs this to put pressure back on.
And to the left on that lane again.
Now, Jackie's ball seems to be hooking more than Wendy's, a lot more than Chris's. She's getting that ball to turn over, so it looks like she can go around the pocket a little bit. Her ball's standing up and turning over.
So she needs to trust it right.
Exactly. She saw those players throwing that out of bounds there, and there's an OB out there, so...
She covers the spare nicely. Chris Hall leads by 10 pins through 3 frames. We'll have more from the Southern Virginia Open in a moment. Jackie Miscavige leads by 6 pins now. She's working on a strike. We bowled through 2.5 frames. Chris Hall left a solid 8 pin on a double, spared it, and then left the 2-5-7. Tough spare, took out 1 pin. Jackie Miscavige struck on the 5th frame, and now that was live, striking in the 6th frame, increasing her lead to 16 pins.
If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place. Because that's how you gain the power to reach your horizons, wherever they may take you. Find your way to money with personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on. If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place. Because that's how you gain the power to reach your horizons, wherever they may take you. Find your way to money with personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on. If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place. Because that's how you gain the power to reach your horizons, wherever they may take you. Find your way to money with personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on. If you feel like you're on the wrong road with your finances, Credit Karma can help you push through to a better place. Because that's how you gain the power to reach your horizons, wherever they may take you. Find your way to money with personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
I plan to stop bowling on the tour full-time very shortly. I'm interested in starting a family with my husband Tom, and but I don't see me ever quitting bowling and on the tour for good.
Well, she'll be involved in bowling one way or another. Her husband Tom's family owns Du Bois Lanes, and I'm sure she'll be involved with that if she does quit to some degree. Now coming high, 3-6-10.
But usually what happens, Jane, you let one go a little bit out around the pocket, comes in a little light, you make a little adjustment. Sometimes you don't even move your feet. It's an adjustment you make in your subconscious. You don't even consciously make the adjustment, but it happens.
Well, Jackie's been trying to open up the lane more this week. She had really tried to close up, go straighter up the boards because she felt that was better for the conditions we were bowling on. The last couple of weeks, she didn't do as well that way, so this week she came out and said, I'm going to open it up.
Said her strike percentage is a little better. She's putting a little more on the ball than she used to. And when she gets to the 1-3 pocket, the pin action's a little more live. Talking about pin action, let's watch this right here. Some of you guys at home would think you can put something on it. Come on out and watch Michelle in person. It's really fun. This roll.
She yelled set. She wanted that ball to sit up.
Well, the old saying, you live by the hook, you die by the hook. She throws open frames, but she throws strikes, and there's different ways to average 215. You can do it by throwing 8 strikes a game and throwing an open or 2, or you can throw it by throwing 3 or 4 strikes a game, having a couple of doubles with no opens.
There. But I talked to Michelle, how she learned to have that big, powerful release. It's interesting. Listen to this.
Bowling with the guys. When I was younger, I always bowled with the guys, and I'd try to hook them. I mean, that's what you have to do when you bowl against guys. They think girls can't bowl, so when you go out there, you know you can hook the ball, go after it, and you beat them, and they feel bad. I like beating. I mean, it's not that I like beating them. It's just that sometimes guys will think girls can bowl, and then when they put their foot in their mouth, I put them in their place, pretty much.
Sure, she put those pins in their place, too, with that shot. Did you see that? The pins come off that wall. I mean, those pins just went out of here.
Gentlemen at home, you know who she's talking about.
Watch this pin action. Just watch this. This ball's out to the 5 board. Here it comes. It makes the move. Look at that head pin coming across, turning and twisting. That is power, ladies and gentlemen.
Coming light, lucky to trip out the 7. I mean, almost a 7-10. She's trying to figure out right now. She's trying to get lined up because it seems if she doesn't open up enough, it's hooking too much. When she does, she gets to that hang area. It's coming in too late.
Exactly. Move far to the left. Over to the 4th arrow. Get closer to the 3rd.
Ooh, I wasn't sure if that was going to hang on.
That was a good. She looked like she leaked a little bit, but she come right up through it. So a good follow-through in our sport will save you a lot of times. Even though you miss your mark by a few boards, the good follow-through puts the ball toward the destination.
Jackie leading by 12 pins. There, you had commented, Fred, she defeated Michelle Feldman 236 to 203 in position round.
Early turn, get that into the swing, and then turned it before she got the ball to her ankle at the bottom of the swing. She turned it early, the ball went left. You can see this arm here bounce out and turn early, so the ball went left of the target. Now see, it never got out to the hook point. It was going toward the head pin all the way down the lane, right through the nose. She's lucky to lead the 3-6-10. It's much easier than that double beater.
There's her spare ball. Ooh. Almost hooked a little bit. That's why you use the spare ball.
No flip on the back end. That ball just kept hanging straight on line. So you need that straight ball for accuracy, especially on those spares where we have more than one pin. Jenny, that ball flips down there and you chop it. The old chop is because we've got the big hook.
High game and low game was up there. 279 was her high. I believe 158 was the low. She trails by 9 pins right now with a strike. She can take the lead.
Unbelievable.
Looks like a pin was shooting back across, head pin off the wall, but it didn't make it.
Did you hear your grandfather say, unbelievable? Unbelievable. Look here. Look how far inside she is. In between the third and fourth arrow, marks this ball all the way out to 5. And boy, I mean, it made a turn back to the pocket. Going to a ball here that doesn't hook. She got her spare ball out. There it is, right at it. She's just now getting better at that.
There's Jerry Feldman, her grandfather. Last night, Gary was wearing this. Michelle Feldman, that's my granddaughter. He's a proud grandfather.
It's a great relationship they have. It's so fun to watch them.
Hope you're enjoying the action at the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour Finals. We'll be back in a moment.
He's done a heck of a job. They'll be leaving the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour here after this tournament. He's done a heck of a job. There's Dan right there, and he's done a heck of a job for the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour. But he informed me that she only had 2 300 games. But just well, look at that strike power. How, Jan, can someone with that kind of strike power only have 2 300? That really surprised me.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. But, you know, she's young, Fred. She's only 21 years old.
Yeah,
you know,
I keep forgetting
they'll
that.
come. Yeah.
I think they're all old like us. Or me, I should say, not us. Excuse me.
Oh, you were my partner. Oh,
Yeah.
Let's get someone else. No. Michelle's trailing by 10 pins. If she strikes in the 9th, we have an even match. Beauty. Now, was that another ball change or the one she had tried?
The one she tried,
she made a
just
move.
bumped it to the right a little bit. It went long the last frame when she tried it when it was away to break. And then she moved it right and revved it up, but it didn't hook as much, so she feels as though she could hit the pocket.
Gutsy move toward the end of a match, but I think she felt she had no options.
She didn't feel comfortable, obviously. When you don't feel comfortable, make the move. Don't throw 3 and 4 more frames without, if you feel inside that you're not very comfortable. Jackie finally got that corner down on this right lane. She left that 10 pin on this right lane, I believe, 3 times in a row. And she finally got that 10 pin down.
You see it set it up. It's all even. They both have strikes up. Michelle Feldman working on a double, though, so pin count could affect her more than Jackie on a single strike.
This is a key shot right here for Jackie here in this match to put the pressure back on Michelle. For this lane condition, it's just not a given that a player will get right up there and strike.
She's going to put the pressure on her, but she cannot shut her out.
That was a gutty move right there, wasn't it?
She goes off the sheet. She could shoot 198, and so can Michelle Feldman.
It's in between that second, third arrow. And you know, last time she went high. This time she said, to heck with it. I'm getting it out to the right. 10 in the pit. Watch this. Oh, yeah, look at that smile. Yes. She knew it and she let it go. That was a gutty move. She moved to the left. She arced the ball out around the pocket. Let's see if she can do it again.
When your money is spread across multiple accounts, it's hard to see your full financial picture. You can count on Credit Karma to bring it all together. Because when you connect your accounts, you'll reveal new ways to save more, improve spending habits, and pay down debt with extra funds. The more you connect, the more we show you how to grow your money. Download Intuit Credit Karma to get started.
Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. But we can help you seize them. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Happens a lot of time. You move in, you throw the good shot, you say, well, I'm going to get it to the right, and you get your arm out early, and you go to the right early with your arm. Well, if your arm gets out early, the ball's going to go left. Just remember the rule. Arm out, ball left. Arm in, ball out.
Well, Michelle's going to need the first strike. If Jackie spares here, Michelle's going to need strike 9 spare to win by 1 turn. And 186, score of 186 for Jackie Miscavige. Michelle Feldman stepping up now, must strike on this first ball.
This is one of the big shots of this young lady's career. And there's Carol waiting, patching that thumb up, just keeping herself busy.
Waiting to see who she's going to bowl.
Look at this roll. Wow. What a roll she put on that shot. That ball was high flush for the money.
Look at her face. She still needs at least 9. Here's that shot.
Well, crossed at about 14, got out to about 7, and then just turned and went dead flush, turned left, right over top of the 5, right over top of the 8, and look at this. Yes, get out of there. All right. She's a good gutty player. She fires up when she bowls. She comes to play. She comes to win.
And that'll do it.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at Gary. Oh.
Oh, is he happy for her right now, huh?
Boy, she has to feel good right now.
She strikes here. That's a 5-bagger on the end of a game, which she was lost. That's really showing something about a 21-year-old to have the presence of mind to change equipment, make the right adjustment. She kept herself calm. Her mind was calm in the heat of the battle. We know a lot of times that's not easy to do. That's a fill shot. I didn't mean to do my score there.
Grandfather's very happy. Michelle Feldman defeats Jackie Miscavige. Coming back, we're going to see the Cavalier Cashers. Touch that remote. Stay with us. It's going to be a great one. Michelle's going to start the match. It was Carolyn Dorn-Ballard's choice. She chose to make Michelle start. Michelle would have to bowl the 10th frame last for the title. Lane breakdown. Pretty even for her.
Michelle had 2 strikes in 17, 3 on 18. This is power against accuracy. power right there. There's no doubt who's the power player is here today.
Carolyn going to step up right here. Top seed, as you said, 4th consecutive show. She finished 5th, 4th, and 3rd. She said, hey, she qualified in those 3 positions in those weeks, and now she said, I skipped 2nd, so I'm skipping 2nd here.
Pole vault that 2nd place. Ringen Ken on a great shot, as you can see. Now she's out and going up, straighter up the lane with that pure shot right up through. Michelle's left, arcing the ball. Contrasting styles, that tells us something. When you in this game, play your own game. You can see her average this week, 217.77.
Nice average, just barely below Jackie Miscavige.
I think earlier I said nobody could average over 215, so those couple made that not a true statement. And just watch this game here. Don't get much better. 5-step approach, slide that left foot, push away on 2, full arc swing, good knee bend, that arm come up through. Look how loose the swing is. Just recoils up and back. It's real free from the shoulder socket. That's one of her strong suits, such a free swing, and her accuracy.
You mentioned our media director earlier, Dan, how I also want to thank him from the players for the good job he's done for us out here. You know, he's the one who works with media, and we had some media out here this week. Sports writer Al Milley from the Danville Register, he actually came and bowled the Pro-Am.
Well, he said he had the time of his life bowling that Pro-Am. First time he'd bowled in 35 years. As we were talking, you could see she threw that ball a little left of the target, threw it right through the nose. It was left of the target, threw it up toward the pocket, trying to go for that axe, trying to freeze it there, and it flipped over on her. She's lucky to get out of the 610. Now she'll move to the extreme left. Gets this spare ball out. This ball does not hook. You see this ball here. I love to watch this thing roll. You can see right through it.
The weight block in the middle.
That ball just slid down the lane, nice and straight with pure accuracy.